Hey guys, Dazar. Going to talk a little bit about the exterior mods on my FN2 and the engine mods on my FN2. The reason being, it's 2 years since I started modding the FN2 and a lot's changed, and a lot of you lovely people have dropped some comments below to say could I run through the exterior mods and the engine mods up to date. So that's what we're going to do. Come on. Okay guys, let's start with the engine. So, beautiful, absolutely beautiful, stunning rocker cover, courtesy of Uncle Keith's Paint Shop, Nuneaton, Dynodaze. If you follow this channel, you all know about Dynodaze, Uncle Keith's Paint Shop. I absolutely adore this rocker cover. So we've got a couple of items off AliExpress as well, no expense spared there. We've got a replacement oil dipstick there, and we've got a rocker cover cap there. Just cheap little things off AliExpress. Some people asked about the fuel rail. No, it's not an authentic Skunk 2. It's an eBay job. Wasn't very expensive at all off eBay. Skunk 2 sticker. Looks nice with the rocker cover, I think, anyway, and does the job. And from AliExpress, we've got a couple of cheap Skunk 2 socks there. Make sure you get from AliExpress because they're dirt cheap. Now move on to some of the authentic mods, some of the biggies. So I'd like to start off with the RRC inlet manifold, the 70mm ported RRC inlet manifold, definitely the best inlet manifold for an FN2. Coupled to that we have the J35Y Ridgeline throttle body up to the RRC. Just underneath the fuel rail there guys, we've got the idle K-tuned idle delete kit. And coming off the RRC and the J35 throttle body, we have the Skunk 2 big bore cold air intake that runs down into the left hand side wheel arch. Oh sorry, I had to have a drink there, I've got a mouth as dry as a camel's arsehole. Moving on to the exhaust mods now, we've got the, if you watch the channel you'll have seen the Miltech race header from the Civic Cup cars, and connected up to that obviously is the Dynodaze 3-inch exhaust that Rich developed at Dynodaze to make it a true 3-inch all the way through. And there's one other bit that I need to show you connected to the Dynodaze 3-inch exhaust, and that's the modular sports cat. It's about 16 inches long and it's got a massive girth on it as well. So anyway, about the sports cat. So this is the modular sports cat, kindly made by Richard Dynodaze, developed by Richard. It's a 400 cell sports cat, obviously with pieces added to suit where the box is underneath the driver's side of the car, so easy access to put back on the car and remove for track days and for MOTs. Just to show you exactly where it's positioned on the car, it will go around about there. Like I say, easy to remove. Bit different to your normal sports cat if you've got like a Piper setup where the cat's further up by the manifold, where the manifold meets the exhaust. So yeah, lovely piece of kit. I've not weighed it, but I think it's around about 3 kilograms. And obviously guys, being the cat, it's going straight back on the car. Moving on to some of the bodywork mods. This worx bonnet. This bonnet, when I bought it, absolutely fitted a treat. I think it looks amazing on the FN2. So yeah, a little bit about the bonnet. If you do go to worx and purchase a fiberglass bonnet for the FN2, you'll get rain guards with it. You have to adapt the rain guards at the front, which is pretty easy to do, and to get your wire in. The reason you adapt these at the front is because when you shut the bonnet, removing the front of the rain guards means they won't catch on the slam panel. And having that gap at the front allows the water to dissipate over the front of the slam panel or just down behind it, so no water gets into the engine bay whatsoever. Really cool design. Minimal changes when I bought the bonnet. Maybe a little bit of adjustment here and there, but not too much at all. Painted by Uncle Keith, Uncle Keith's Paint Shop. Stunning job, really love the bonnet. Like I say, easy to fit, and a really good mod to put on your FN2, I believe. Now we're moving on to the wings of the FN2, again from Fireworks, out of fiberglass. Probably a little bit more difficult to fit than the bonnet, but a little less straightforward because you have to drill the holes, make sure you don't over drill too big and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a bit of to and froing and messing around with these wings to get them to fit properly, but if you take your time, well doable. So when you buy these Fireworks wings, they'll only come with the 2 holes. This one will be covered up. I wanted it drilled out. Dynodaze, Uncle Keith's Paint Shop, were so good at doing that for me, and I just wanted mine a bit different. So we've got the 3 holes, but they do only come with the 2 top ones. We've got some Heiko rain deflectors that obviously just fit up into your windows there. And moving on to the rear of the car, we have the good old Fugen spoiler, the Mugen copy spoiler. I think the car should have come with this originally, but obviously we all know that you can buy them aftermarket. This I got 2 years ago from a company in Holland called Show Off Imports. I'm not even sure if they do them anymore. So obviously this Mugen copy replaces the original spoiler. It's pretty easy to do. Again, there's loads of information online to do that. So yeah, and I just think it suits the FN2 down to the ground. We've got a rear decal from Coolice Grafix. You can get different colours in this. Leave a link in the description. We've got the smoked indicators. These are actually the Bison ones, relatively cheap, that you can get off eBay. So courtesy of Kirk Lishman, we'll leave a link in the description. Kirk supplied me with a full LED brake light, and we put a bit of a decal on it as well to show the Type R. Again, you can get these from Coolice Grafix. And at the front of the car we have the Fireworks fog scoops. Obviously the one on the right is letting air into the big bore intake, the Skunk 2, but I think they look so much better than the original fog lights. Onto my splitter kit for the FN2. It's from Flow Designs. They're in Australia. This kit's made out of a real tough material called polyethylene, and it's just amazing. Right guys, it's such an easy kit to fit as well. If you do buy this kit, it's very expensive now, it's very expensive to ship, but if you do pay the money, there's nothing tougher, there's no tougher material than this. If you hit anything, it's liable to rip your bumper off and not damage the kit. You get winglets, winglets that are movable. You can make them as aggressive or non-aggressive as you want, with fittings underneath. Yeah, like I say, absolutely wonderful kit, and I think looks fantastic on the FN2. And a little bit different with the rear diffuser there. This is just a main piece of polyethylene, and all these little bits here just clamp onto the back to make it look a bit aggressive there. And on the rear brake lights, we've just got a light tint, light spray on tint. My wheels, Japan Racing JR5s, 18x8s with an ET of 35. Wrap around the wheels some Yokohama Advance 701s, great tyre. And the stopping power on the front of the FN2 is provided by a Brembo big brake kit from Freaky Parts. And the aftermarket wheel nuts are from TGR. So guys, with the engine mods, the car's running at 249 brake horsepower, and I want to push on from that, so stay tuned for what's coming in the future. Drop a comment below, let me know what mods you're planning for your FN2. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you down the road. Moving on to the exhaust now. As you'll have seen previously if you've watched it.
Catalytic cockverter.
So if
okay.